Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So Lisa went live this morning and she's saying that her dad is in ICU on a breathing tube. And I know everybody's like, oh, here we go again, right? Well, to tell you the truth, yes, her dad is in the hospital. He is in ICU and he is on a breathing tube. I have verified this 100%. However, that does not make this a scam, not a scam. Because if you remember, Lisa did say she was coming up with something new. Just give her time. Their eviction is in a week. Okay. From what I have learned from other people very close to this family, no, not Nicole, but other people very close to this family, that this is something that is, they do this a lot. Let me put it this way. This is not the third or even fourth time that Daddy Richard has been evicted. And according to these people, every time they get evicted, well, somebody ends up in the hospital and they try and use that to delay the eviction. However, I'm not even sure that that's what she's doing right now. I think, honestly, what she's doing is she's just, as usual, trying to use her dad to get money. She's gonna play at the heartstrings, lie and lie and lie, tell everybody that it's so horrible and her mom are not eating and they're being evicted in a week and it's just so not fair to them. And that they need money. They they have food. There's no need to give her money for food. If she doesn't have cigarettes, that's on her. That's her problem. Okay? Um, Lisa needs nothing. She doesn't need money for anything. Neither does her mother or anybody else in her family. So just because she's actually telling the truth for once that her dad is in ICU with a breathing tube does not mean that she's not using this as a scam, because she is. She always does. Anyways, let me shut my pie hole and let's get on with this video.
Answered you. You're bouncing because I'm liking the fucking live. I don't do meth. What's baba, honey? I don't know what that means. Oh, really, Lori? I'm here. Or Lottie, I'm here, honey. So yeah, it's on the screen if you guys can help me, my mom. Yeah, just another thing. We're gonna get evicted, so that's a bad time for what is happening to be happening. But yeah, doesn't.
Let's also keep in mind here that Lisa's dad his health was not like this or even bad until Lisa moved back in with them about 7 months, 8 months ago, somewhere around there. Um, his health wasn't that bad, but since she has moved in with them, his health has been declining rapidly. The last time I said that I sincerely am concerned for the safety of her parents with her under the same roof, I mean it. I meant it then, I mean it now.
Sucks when you're getting evicted. Ain't even your damn fault. It's just life, you know. Landlord sells houses. New landlord wants everybody out so he can fix them up, you know. Just sucks, you know.
Oh, I love how Lisa sits there and claims, yes, we're being evicted, but it's not our fault. Really? Because according to the court document, this was the final judgment because your dad chose not to go to any of the eviction hearings. But the final judgment was in favor of the plaintiff, and your parents seem to be behind $2,100 on their rent, and they only paid $700 a month, or was supposed to pay $700 a month. So what? They're behind 3 months, somewhere around there. Anyways, yeah, the writ of possession was left with them at their house on April 2nd. So they only have until April 14th at this point, and that's business days, not just calendar days. It is business days. So, yeah, technically, it's still your guys' fault.
So It's my fault that the landlord sold 7 properties that had nothing to do with me. He would have sold them whether I was here or not here. It didn't have nothing to do with me at all. Nothing at all.
Yeah, I don't know. Because it would seem because they've been there a while, and it would seem that her parents were able to pay their rent up until Lisa moved in. And a couple months after Lisa moves in, oops, they stop paying rent. Did you bleed them dry of money, Lisa, before you would go behind the scenes and harass multiple people in emails, text messages, and DMs for money before you would come online and then do the same thing?
No, we don't. Right now I'm just worried about my parents getting somewhere, or my mom or whoever, and then I really don't care where I go. I don't care.
Lisa, we all know you don't give two shits about your parents. If you did, then why did you lie to people and tell them that your dad died for the third time in 3 years? Huh? If you cared about your parents, you wouldn't be virtually killing your dad over and over and over on the internet just so you can get money so you could go get high. That seems, a bit contradicting, wouldn't you say? I don't know. Maybe for me. There is a good question going around though in my comment section and other people. Why don't you ever virtually kill off your mom? You've killed off your oldest daughter virtually. You killed off an imaginary daughter. And, well, you told everybody that your youngest son was dying of stage, what, 3 brain cancer? So you have no problem virtually killing off your children and your stepdad, but you won't virtually kill off your mom? That's quite interesting.
I don't care, so. Everything is my fault. Okay, sir.
Well, I mean, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it is.
What the fuck is this idiot talking about? Court papers say different. What is she talking about?
She's talking about you claiming that your parents' eviction is not their fault. That's what she's talking about. And the court papers do say different.
Oh, she don't know. Never mind. I take accountability for everything that I actually do. I'm not taking accountability for lies. Sorry. Ain't happening today or any other day. Sorry.
What? Come again? Really? You take accountability for everything you do, Lisa? Spell accountability without looking up. Quick, quick, dare you. Don't look it up. Then I want you to define accountability without looking it up. Lisa, come on, you can do it. No, you can't. You'd have to look it up. Anyways, you don't take accountability for a damn thing until you're pushed in a corner or when you just get so enraged that it accidentally comes out. Like a couple days ago when you finally admitted that you did lie about your dad dying so that you could get money. What was your excuse? Because telling the truth does not work, even though you have yet to try and tell the truth.
I always take accountability. When I did that with my dad, I came on, I explained why, and I apologized. That's absolutely what accountability is, ma'am. Is it not?
No, again, you took accountability because you were pushed in a corner and had to. You didn't just come on and admit that you lied about your dad dying so you can get money. It took you quite a while before you finally came out and accidentally admitted it was true. I mean, really, Lisa, these things are recorded. You do realize that, right?
Nope. You're not going to remove me. I've been very honest about my drug addiction, and I've been very honest when I've been clean and not clean.
Holy shit, Lisa. How many times are you going to lie in a row this quickly? No, you have never been honest about your drug addiction. Never. You even claim you're clean right now and you've been clean for weeks, which is a big, huge fucking lie. You're not clean. You have not been clean in years. you're still getting high, and the money you're begging for is not for food or cigarettes or Ubers or anything. It's literally to get more crack so you can get high. So how do you sit there and say that you've always been clean? Because that's a complete and utter bold-faced lie.
Absolutely, I have. A lot more honest than a lot of people on this fucking app, but I'm known as the liar and the whatever, the manipulator.
You're known as the liar and manipulator because, well, you are a known pathological habitual liar, and you have yourself bragged about being a master manipulator. I mean, it's not rocket science, Lisa.
You know, I'm a good manipulator. I use my charm and what I've learned to manipulate. Whatever. Yeah, hardly. I don't care. Because you believe lies. You believe lies. If you're going to go over and believe somebody who starts the live off by saying that the two of them up there talking shit and the one saying, I won't go that far to say I hope she DIEs, and the one goes, well, I will. I fucking hate her. I hope she dies. And then you're going to believe anything that comes out of their fucking mouth. You got mental issues yourself. Okay? Thank you.
Oh, now, Lisa, if you're going to tell a story, tell the truth. I said, again, as I've always said, that I would hate to see you pass away. What Janelle actually said was she doesn't care if you do. That's what she said. Huge difference.
Just remember who that bitch ran with, right? Itty, right?
Okay, and so before she starts talking all this shit about me, let's go ahead and put this out there really, really quick, shall we? So every morning that I'm not working, well, even sometimes when I have to get up for work, I do the same thing. I get up, I go to the restroom, I make my coffee, I sit down, I have a cigarette, and I start drinking my coffee, and I check the comments of my last video because, there's always new comments while I'm sleeping. So I did just that this morning. So when I open up the comment section of my Danny video from yesterday, and I press new comments, wow, guess who I saw there? Miss Lisa. Lisa, the one who says she hates my channel now because, according to her, I don't tell the truth or anything. But up until recently, she always talked highly of my channel, said that I was always factual, and she enjoyed my channel. Well, that is until well, stopped her money grab scam with the whole dead daddy fatty lie. Yeah, sorry, not sorry again. But yeah, so here she is in my comment section on the Danny video. And laughing emoji. I'm sorry, Reaper. I know that we're mad at each other right now, but I couldn't help myself. What in the world? How moronic do you have to be to come on the next day and show all that new stuff? Seriously, to not even have a supporter notice it and then explain, but pretty much rubbing it in their faces. Haha, I scammed you. Sorry, I laughed out loud. Emojis had to comment. I've never seen some of this shit. So then I responded, Lisa, you did this with your son, your daughter, and you virtually offed your dad 3 times. You just don't use the money on shopping sprees. By the way, I'm not mad at you. I just hate what you do. And people think I'm insane because I still try and have hope that you could turn your life around, even though you're not showing it. Please do not use what Danny did for your next money grab scam. Well, she's not doing what Danny did, but she is using her dad yet again. But thank you for coming over and still watching my content and commenting on it like, well, like nothing happened.
Ran in a circle with all of them over there. She's the last one standing because she grabbed onto you know who.
Aw, I did. I did have a friendship with Itty. And when I started realizing she was well, piece of shit, I distanced myself from her and cut off the friendship. As a matter of fact, I'm the whole reason why she got called out for stating in a text that she hopes you OD, including saying it twice in different live streams. I'm not the last one standing because I grabbed a hold of Villain. Actually, Villain and I just kind of ran into each other and met because we were both covering Victoria. That's about it, really. No, I'm still standing because Well, Itty's dumb.
She's going down too. She's going down. I'm kicking her fucking hands out right now.
Yeah. No, I'm not. But that's funny. Thank you.
So, oh, now I'm gaslighting because I'm defending myself. Guys, yeah. Lisa may have a clean drug test right here, guys. She may have got her bottle for Wednesday. CPS might have in writing that I saw that they're proud of her, but that's because she's doing flakka now. And it don't come up on drug tests, guys. Look at her leg right here. The bruise on her knee. What the fuck would a bruise on my knee have to do with a flakka or whatever you're talking about, weirdo?
Now, Lisa, be careful with your words because neither one of us said that for a fact you were on Flocka. As a matter of fact, I mentioned 3 different drugs, okay? One of those was Trank, the other one was Crocodile, and also Flocka. For whatever reason, you decided to just stick with Flocka and spend the last 2 days trying to convince people that you are not on Flocka, have never tried Flocka, and had no clue what Flocka is. I find it hard to believe that you don't know what Flocka is since you are an experienced drug user of 20 years. Yeah, don't buy that. However, it's just still really interesting how the only one you chose to mention and stick with and trying to convince people that you're not on is Flocka. But no, Flocka is not related to the guy in South Miami who ate that person's face. As a matter of fact, the toxicology report showed that that person was not on bath salts and none of that was found in his system. So let's stop trying to use that as is that's the behavior of somebody on Flocka because some of the things that, well, behavior changes in people that are on Flocka or any behavior types on Flocka are paranoia, hyper alertness, poor judgment, derealization, delusions, and delirium. Also, dramatic mood swings and agitation and irritability. This is why we said it is a possibility. We never said it was a fact because you are showing all of these, including the extreme weight loss, which again has nothing to do with you not eating. It has to do with your drug use. Now, being on crack on its own, period, causes you to have no appetite. So, again, if you're not eating as often as you should, maybe lay off the crack a little bit and you'll have an appetite again. That would be awesome, wouldn't it? Because you do have food in the house, you do eat. However, again, neither one of us said it was a fact, but just think about that. I named off 3 street drugs that you could possibly be on. You took one of them and you chose to spend the last 2 days trying to convince people that you are not on it. Interesting.
And everybody in the chat's like, yeah, you're right. She's doing flakka. Yeah. What the fucking hell's wrong with you people? It's exactly what fucking just happened over there. Go watch the live stream.
I'm not sure where you're seeing that my whole chat came out and said, "Yes, yes, you are 100% on Flocka," because you cannot see the live chat in my live stream. Um, the only time you could see it was when I was live, and that was days ago now. But anyways, uh-huh. Again, nobody said this was factual.
Anybody with common sense wouldn't buy any of that crap. So instead of Lisa, and that's why I haven't wanted to go to rehab to please anybody on this app.
Oh, come on, Lisa. Really? That's such bullshit. You haven't gone to rehab because you don't want to go to rehab. You haven't gone to rehab because you enjoy doing drugs. That's it. That's the bottom line of it. Has nothing to do with TikTok, has nothing to do with anybody else. Your choice not going to rehab is your choice and your choice alone. Oh my God. I can't believe she actually just said that.
Because I'd come back, and it'd be the same crap, the same crap.
Well, it would be the same crap if you only went to rehab for 28 days and that's it. However, if you went to actual rehab and stayed for, I don't know, 9 months to a year, and then did 9 months to a year in sober living, where you would learn to live a sober life and get a job, then when you came back, you wouldn't need to beg for money, would you? Because you would have a job and you'd have an income and you wouldn't be on crack anymore. Isn't that right, Lisa? Yes, it is. Come on, you claim to have common sense. Use it.
Don't send her nothing. Let her live on the street. She fucking will relapse if you get her a house. It'd be the same stuff, different day. Doesn't matter. It's not excuses at all. So it's always okay what everybody does to me. It's never okay when I do anything back. It's so crazy. So crazy.
What the fuck are you even talking about? Nobody's doing anything to you. Okay. The only thing I'm doing is telling people not to give you money because it's going to drugs and then, well, proving that it's going to drugs. The only thing you're doing is lashing out because you know that I put out the truth and you don't want people to believe me because, well, just like what has been happening, your money train has slowed way the fuck down and, well, it pisses you off. Just like you were planning to go live on TikTok and tell people your dad died. And well, I put a stop to that scam. Thankfully, somebody emailed me with your email of lying about your dad dying, and I was able to put it out before you could go live because you were waiting a couple days just so you can fake the obituary first.
It's not. Well, then it's an excuse. But what's the excuse for making up about rugs I've never even heard of till the other day, right? And putting out there that they know for a fact that I'm doing them.
And where's your proof that we said for a fact you were using them? Because as a matter of fact, if you go look and watch that live stream, you'll hear me say even multiple times that we are not saying that this is factual, that this is just a discussion. That was it. But Lisa's not going to be honest about that. No, no, no. Lisa needs to play oh poor victim so that people will send her money so she can go get high.
Why is that okay? It's some kind of rug. I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know if you smoke it, inject it. I don't know. Honestly, I couldn't even tell you.
But yet you're on day 2 trying to convince people you're not taking it or using it or have ever used it.
They said it's that stuff that makes people act like crazy people. Like on the side of the street, you see them like rolling on the ground and screaming and switching and shit.
No, Lisa, that would be meth, and you would know that because you have used meth. And don't try and deny that one because your oldest son has actually come out and stated this.
That's obviously what it is, but I'm doing it now because my drug tests are clean. So I'm doing that because it don't show up. And guys, listen, when she put Kim and her sister out as the same person, and she did 2 weeks of research to get that to that conclusion, she put in her and that lady that wants me to die. They put in so much research to get to that conclusion that that's what I was doing. So you have to believe it. Okay.
How is Janelle involved in this now? Janelle wasn't part of any of that, actually. That was Eddie and your friend Victoria who came up with that bullshit and then handed it off to me as fact. We didn't spend 2 weeks trying to figure out if Kim and her sister were the same person. Um, and you can't keep using that against me, Lisa, because I did what you will never do, and that is take accountability for what you did. And actually, I'm not the one who came up with this information, but because it was my video, I came out, said it was wrong information. I took the video down, I corrected the video, put it back up, and apologized. And you keep trying to use it against me? I mean, that's fine. If you want to promote the fact that I take accountability and you don't, by all means, go right ahead.
They did so much research. You have to just trust them, okay? The one wants me to die, and the other one, 13 days to come to the conclusion that Kim was her sister.
Poor Janelle. I don't know how she's getting thrown into this. Again, Janelle had nothing to do with that video. That was prior to Janelle and I even meeting. So how would she have anything to do with that video? Get off the crack, Lisa, and pay better attention before you talk, okay? Still not quite sure where she's coming up with 13 days or 2 weeks or whatever, or something like that. Also, again, Janelle did not say that she hopes you die. She said that if she were to hear that you were dead, she would not give a shit. There is a huge difference in that. Again, get off the crack and start paying attention.
Right? Okay, so I'll just put that out there. Nope, not trying to be a victim, trying to appeal to people's common sense.
Something you don't have. We get it. You don't have to keep reminding us that you don't have common sense. And you are trying to play the victim. It's all you ever fucking do, Lisa, is play the fucking victim. You are not a victim of anything. Nothing. You create victims. You are never the victim.
Look, now it's who cares? We don't care about that. Because how can you even argue that? They can't. They can't, guys.
They can. I can. They have. I have. And you still are wrong.
So that's what I get then. Who cares? We don't need to see proof. You never show any proof. Guess what I do? And then you guys flag my post. You take my live down. You say it's photoshopped. I could have all kind of fucking proof. All kind of proof.
Yeah, the day that Lisa shows any proof is the day that, well, I become a virgin again. Sorry, never gonna happen. Lisa, you have never shown proof. Okay? You talk and talk and talk. You play victim after playing victim after playing victim, but you never show proof. You claim people say this, you claim people say that, but you never show proof. Prove that I said yet factually you are on Flocka. You can't because I didn't say that. Neither has Janelle. Just to throw that out there. Poor Janelle being thrown into this just because she's my co-host. You don't show any proof, Lisa. You don't.
I'm pissed off. That's what I'm on. I'm on sober and pissed off. That's what I'm on. Hey, boo. They're flagging me already. Now they're flagging me now for nothing. Not doing nothing wrong. And they're flagging me right now to try to get the live down because I'm making sense to people in the chat.
Yeah, you can't afford to make sense. Okay, Lisa. And no, I'm pretty sure that's not why they're flagging you. They're probably flagging you for again breaking TOS, which is, you're not supposed to be begging people for money on TikTok. Plain and simple. It's in the TOS in case you didn't know. There's not too many big words in there, so you might be able to read it and understand it. I'm not sure. That's on you.
So if you guys can help, the PayPal's on the screen. Chime is the L, Richard with a 5 at the end. My dad is in the hospital still in ICU on a breathing tube as of 5 a.m.
He is, yes, but that's no reason for Lisa to need money because there's food in the house and she can cook, or her mother can cook, or her brother can cook. But there's food in the house, 100%. And she doesn't need cigarettes either. The only thing she wants money for, yeah, I think you guys know what that is by now, right?
So I need help. If anybody can help us, okay? And yeah, I'd appreciate it a lot. Okay?
It's really pathetic, Lisa, that you are still using your dad to beg for money and scam people so that you can buy drugs with it. Like, it's really sad. Just a week ago, you were lying to people and telling them that he died just so you can scam money off of them and get high. And now this week, you're telling them that he's in the hospital on a breathing tube in ICU, which is true, but still doing it for the exact same reason. Like, you have got to be the most pathetic human being I've ever known in my life. The most pathetic. You will use any family member and use them for that purpose. You told people your son was dying of third-degree brain cancer. You killed off virtually your oldest daughter with leukemia just so you can get drug money. You made up a whole fake daughter and killed her off just for drug money, and 3 times now you have lied to people and said your dad died so you can get drug money. Like, you are absolutely fucking pathetic. It's it's sick. It's fucking sick. When Lisa says she needs help, she absolutely needs help, but it's not with money. No.
So if anybody's not helping me because they're pissed about my lie, okay, I fucking paid for my lie multiple directions and still am. So
No, you're not paying for that lie, and you didn't learn your lesson from that lie either because you're still using your dad's health to scam people for money so you can get high. So no, you haven't learned anything from that. You didn't learn it the first time you virtually killed your dad off. You didn't learn it the second time you virtually killed your dad off. You damn sure didn't do it by virtually killing off your kid, and you didn't learn it when you lied about your kid having third-degree brain cancer or claiming he was dying. So no. No, I'm sorry, you don't get a pass on that. You just don't. You never will. Never. And the only reason you came out and admitted it was a lie was because you had no choice. Because you figured at that point, if you did come out and admit you lied about your dad passing away, that people then would give you money for actually telling the truth that you lied about it. And that still backfired, right? No. Enough. You're just disgusting and pathetic.
just please help if you can. It is probably karma. I agree. I'm not even going to argue with you.
No, karma doesn't work that fast, and it's gonna be a lot worse when you finally do get it, Lisa. A lot worse. Unfortunately, like I said, since you have moved in with your parents, your dad's health has declined enormously. Enormously. Since you moved in with them. I really, again, fear for their safety and their health with you living under the same roof.
The only good thing that may come out of that is when he was down there last night, my brother said he had a seizure at the hospital, one of his seizures. So I'm hoping that maybe since they've seen it from beginning to end, they might be able to tell us why that's happening all of a sudden. And because it's happening way more often now.
So what happened the last 2 times he was in the hospital, and you said that he had a seizure while he was in the hospital, and thank God he had them while he was there because they can find out why he's having them, but now you're saying that this was the first time he's had a seizure while in the hospital. Fuck's sakes, Lisa. And yeah, they're getting more and more because guess what? Seizures are brought on by stress. He doesn't have a seizure disorder, he doesn't have epilepsy. His seizures are being brought on by stress. These didn't start until you moved in. These didn't start until recently. Okay? So, yes, stop. I'm sure it's not easy for this man to hear that you are constantly virtually killing him. Like, it's got to be painful for this man to hear this constantly, or to hear that you are constantly claiming that he's not feeding you. They're starving you to death. Like, he hears everything you do. Everything.
Like it was like once a month. And now it's like, it's way more frequent now. He's been there. What, he went Sunday? Now today's Friday. He went yesterday? Or today's Saturday, but he went yesterday. So that's twice in 1 week at the hospital. So, yeah. And, I don't think he's like, in on a breathing tube because anything crazy. I just think it's because he had the seizure and they gave him a bunch of medicine, you know what I mean, to calm him down. So he had to be breathing tubes, you know what I mean? That's why.
So basically, they put him on put him in incubation intubation while they sedated him. That's what it was. Um yeah, the s- the seizures that he is having are stress related. They're known as psychogenic non-epileptic seizures or PNES, which differ from neurological seizures which causes such as epilepsy. Um mm, he's already had a stroke according to her, so yeah, it wouldn't be surprising one bit considering the high amount of stress he deals with at home.
Hey, Rebel, what's up, buddy? What are you doing? Are you looking at my screen? You like that picture?
Yeah, while she's fake crying and all, I want to remind everybody that just because her dad is in the hospital, um, does not mean that she needs money. Lisa again is using her dad to scam you for money, and that's all it is. There's no reason she needs money. Just because the man's in the hospital does not mean she needs your money. Please do not fund Lisa's drug habit.
And I'm tired of having fake ass friends who come on here and say one thing, right? And get everybody to hate me. And then behind the scenes, they're not even that, they don't have that same energy at all. And then or they will, fucking wait till I'm down, kick me in my fucking face over and over, and then try to tell me that I ran into their foot, right? That's what they did. I kicked you in your face, but you ran into my foot, girl. Like, I didn't mean it. You ran right into it.
There's that high pitched squealing voice again. That's one way that you can tell she's been lying this whole time. Um, yeah, Lisa, people don't hate you because of what people say about you in the chat. Those who do hate you for, well, your lies, your type of lies, and the shit you do. Like, it's just always everybody else's fault, isn't it? Yeah. And just because people decide not to give you money, doesn't make them fake. It just means they smartened up. All right. No, the only person who's fake is you because you only consider somebody a friend as long as they are giving you money. But the very minute they say no, well, then all of a sudden they're fake and they were never a real friend.
Tired of that shit, too. Like, I could tell you guys so much stuff, but you guys would never fucking believe me. And it's sad.
No, it's not sad. People won't believe you because, well, you are a proven habitual liar. And that's your fault, Lisa. Nobody else's.
So fucking much stuff. Stop. Sit here, Rebel, because I gotta go. As soon as my mom gets up, I'm trying to take care of stuff before my mom was up like all night last night waiting for the doctor to call and stuff because she has to talk to the doctor when he's in there. So I'm trying to take care of things.
Yeah, we know what you're trying to take care of, Lisa. And it involves a glass pipe.
If I can, my brother has to sleep. My dad woke him up to take him to the hospital, yesterday at whatever time, 5:00. So he needed to come home and get some rest. So it's just me right now. I gotta try my best, guys. I just don't have any cash to get like anything. No smokes to keep calm. No, I'm not even gonna say it because then I'll just. So yeah, I just have Chime that's in the bio. And I was only looking for $20.
Yeah, because that's not a big surprise, is it?
That's it. I know that's a lot, but I'm just saying was what I was trying to get just for the day. Because I was going to come on and like update you guys because I know there's people that may care about Thaddy. So I was going to update you guys and you can go ask Ronnie stuff. She knows what's going on. I don't know. So I don't want to direct you over there, get her pissed, but you could ask her if I don't come back on. But
Oh, we know you'll come back on to update so you can claim that you didn't get any money or somebody stole your money or they said they were going to send it but didn't send it and you still need money and you'll be doing that pretty much all weekend.
I don't want to come on and have to ask for money and deal with what I just dealt with. You know what I mean? So there's enough going on. And then if my dad stays in there for any reason, I have to worry about me and my brother have to worry about getting my mom to somewhere. I don't know where, but somewhere. And our shit somewhere.
Your set out date is in a week. Why are you waiting to the last minute? You guys should have been doing this like over a month ago when you found out you were being evicted. But none of you actually thought to be adults and take care of that? Jesus Christ. It's a whole house of grown people who don't act like adults.
Wait, what's the PayPal? Nicole Harvey 220. Yeah, she let me use it so I could try to get money for my mom's food. I have to give it back to her though. What have we done? Rebel knows I'm upset because he's on my lap. He never sits on my lap like this.
Hey, Lisa, stop this fake crying bullshit. Society is not responsible for feeding your family. I mean, who am I kidding? There's food there. You guys are eating very well. But you telling people that it's for food, still, society is not responsible for funding for anything on your family. That is a house of 4 adults, and none of them seem to be able to function on their own. So I was just about to end this video because the only reason I did this one live stream on its own is because, well, everybody needs to know that yes, even though Thaddy is in the hospital, she still does not need money. It is still a scam for Lisa to get drug money. Do not give her money. I am so tired of her using her family members and their health or non health issues to scam money for drugs. So as I'm finishing the video, I catch wind that Lisa's live selling the PIN code to her father in ICU. Number one, very illegal, Lisa. So thank you for that. Number two, anybody who pays Lisa for that PIN code and calls up there, it is illegal. It is highly illegal to purchase a a patient's medical PIN and call up there for any reason whatsoever. Okay. It's breaching HIPAA and, well, it does face criminal charges. So if you do buy from Lisa and I find out who you are, I will happily pass your information on to the proper authorities. Nobody should be calling the fucking hospital. Nobody. There are ways to find out if he's really in the hospital or not. The fact that we have to even go out of our way to find out if he's really in the hospital is fucked up. But that is because of Lisa. It's her fault that we even have to do this. She's blaming us for why a code was even put on her dad. No, Lisa, this is because of you. You again are putting stress on your family. Congratulations. Anyways, let me put this clip in so you guys can see what I'm talking about.
And listen, they're calling down there to the point where we had to put a code. We had to put a code on my dad, a code. You guys understand that? A code. We had to put a code. Because these fucking clown ass bitches on here were calling down the fucking hospital. Guess what? If they want to call down there, bitch, because you're going to give us some money to help us get down there and back or to eat, go ahead and call. But guess what? If you're just calling because you're a nebby motherfucker, we're not playing that. He has a code now. You know the code? Because if you talk to me and give me money, I'll give you the code. If somebody wants proof before they send, they can get the code.
That make really, how much sense did that make, Lisa? If somebody wants proof before they send, I'll give you the code, but you're selling the code. Like, really? You are just a true through by through crime bag. Like, really, you'll do anything to get your crack hit, won't you? Anything, including selling the code to your father in ICU. A true piece of shit. That's you, Lisa. That's you. People are calling the hospital because of you, because people don't believe the shit you say. You are the reason it's happening. All your lies, the 3 times you killed him off, Like, it's your fault. Somebody in the comments or in the chat, the live chat, it was hilarious. I don't know who wrote it, but they wrote in the chat, "So you dug him up and put him in the hospital?" I mean, it was funny because it's true. Lisa, shut the fuck up. You don't need any money. You don't need crack. You don't need food. You don't need cigarettes. What you need to do is shut the fuck up, scamming people and stealing money from them through theft by deception. And you need to stop putting your family under so much stress to the point where they keep ending up in the hospital. Let me explain why he's in ICU, okay? So, if somebody keeps going into the hospital for the same thing, like him, seizures, and they haven't figured out what's going on, what they'll do is they'll admit them and they'll keep them there so that they can evaluate, observe, find out what the hell's going on with this person. They're considered high risk at that point. So that's why they admit them. Now, with him having seizures, one way, the easiest way is they'd have to sedate him. When you sedate somebody, like going into surgery, you get intubated. That's a breathing tube. When you sedate somebody, like somebody who keeps having seizures, they have to do a breathing tube. So where Lisa's trying to make it sound so much worse than what it actually is, just so she can scam you people for money so she can get high, because that's her only objective here. She doesn't give a shit about her father. She don't care what happens to him. She doesn't care what happens to anybody in her family, even her own children. All Lisa cares about is getting money so she can get high. That's it. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. I need to hurry up and get this out so that you guys know what's going on, because I'm already seeing other creators don't know what's going on and they're just putting out whatever they want. Not over here on TikTok. There's a couple of them. Anyways, I will see you in the next video. Take care. Be safe. Have a wonderful Saturday. Bye, guys.